will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. What's going on, you guys? I hope you guys are doing great during this whole entire crisis. I hope you guys are staying home and safe and healthy. You know, what a perfect time to watch movies during a quarantine. And I'm here still to talk about more movies that I used to watch during my childhood that really made me who I am to this day, wanting to review movies and write my own stories. And what better than to review probably one of my favorite action movies that I've seen during my childhood, and what I consider the best action movie with Liam Neeson ever made, Taken! Oh my god. I have a really special place in my heart for this movie. Now, this movie was made back in 2008. It was directed by a guy named Pierre Morel, who was responsible for making films like District 13 and From Paris with Love, which I did see when I was younger with my dad. And I think I liked that movie at that time. I don't know how I feel about it right now. But anyways, this movie stars Liam Neeson as Brian Mills, who is a CIA operative, former, and he works for security, and he's trying to build a more stable relationship with his daughter and his ex-wife. You know, his daughter lives with her mother and her new husband, who are very rich, and he doesn't get along with them too well because they think that his teaching ways and how he is and overprotective of his daughter isn't what they say it is, which I honestly disagree. I think that he's one of the most protective fathers you can ever have out there, and I really do think that everything that he says is right. And his daughter tells him that she wants to go on a trip to Paris with her best friend Amanda, and then when they get to Paris, she gets taken. She gets kidnapped, and now it's up to Liam Neeson to go to Paris and find her by any means necessary. Now, that's a recipe for success right there. And this film delivers on every front. There's so much that happens here. First of all, let me talk about the acting. Liam Neeson shines. This is the best Liam Neeson movie I think you'll ever watch. And yes, I do think this movie is better than The Grey, which I love The Grey, by the way. I think that's a great Liam Neeson movie, but this movie takes the top spot. No doubt. Liam Neeson is what you would call... he's kind of like Jack Bauer from 24, if you think about it. He knows the right ways around. He knows a lot. He takes, like, every move that he makes in a movie is the right move. Like, when his daughter, like, he tells his daughter, call me when you land. Call me when you get to the hotel. Call me when you're changing somewhere else. So he can know where she is at any cost. And that's what I love about this guy. He always wants to keep his daughter safe, and I totally buy it the entire time. Especially the famous phone call scene. Right when his daughter gets taken, basically she's hiding under the bed. He tells her, okay, go, okay, like she's actually in the bathroom at first, and he's like, okay, go to the next bedroom and hide there. Stay there and wait for further instructions. And then she hides there, and he tells her, okay, look, they're going to take you. And that, like, my heart's like jumping whenever I think about that scene. And he tries to tell her that, you know, just you're going to have some important seconds coming up. And I want you to leave the phone on the floor once they take you and shout out everything you can about these people. Then he finds out that one of the men has picked up the phone, and he tells him, listen, I can tell you, if you're looking for ransom, I don't have any money, but I will tell you this, I have a very special set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go, I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Then the guy says, good luck. And that's how, basically, that's the start of Taken. That's where the real action starts. And this guy is willing to do whatever it takes. This guy is basically Jack Bauer. He's willing to kill people. He's taking down people. He basically rips through Paris just to find his daughter. And it's viable. You get everything he's doing. There's even a scene where he meets up with an old friend who he's having second thoughts about because he doesn't know if he's willing to help him because, you know, he used to work, I guess they used to work in the field together. There's really no backstory for that, which that could be an issue for some people, and I do get that. But here, I honestly felt that not having that much backstory of these two characters would have taken away from the tension and would have drove away from the story, because his daughter's been kidnapped. He says he only has 96 hours to find her, and that's not a lot of time. So the fact that they kept the backstory minimal for him and his partner was a good decision, I'll admit, because I wanted to stay in the action, and they kept everything. This guy is willing to kill whatever he has to, and he does it really, really well. Now, as far as more of the acting goes, Maggie Grace's Kim is really good. She's like, you don't really get too much out of her. You only see her for the first 30 minutes of the movie up until she gets taken. When she gets taken, you don't see her again until the very end. And when Brian is looking at his daughter getting bidded on by these rich men, I was like on the edge of my seat, because now he's holding a gun to the guy's head and he's trying to, all right, buy her. And it's like, how is he going to save her? Because there's so much that he's doing, and there's so much that he's probably doing wrong that could affect him into finding his daughter. But this guy is willing to do whatever he can. He's not really taking action before he can do anything, because he is thinking. He is thinking about what he can do to find his daughter, and there's so much going for him. Okay, I do want to talk about this also. Let's talk about Katie Cassidy as Amanda. Great actress, but let's talk about her character, really. That's where I want to talk about. She makes so many bad decisions in the movie that it could be a life. It's not to make her character sound stupid, because what she's doing is a message for what people should never do. It's small things you got to pick up on. What she does is that when they get to Paris, Kim and Amanda, they get to Paris, and then they find this guy at the airport, and he's the guy who Brian later finds when he first gets to Paris, and it's someone who was responsible for the kidnapping of his daughter. And what Amanda does is that she thinks this guy's hot. She's willing to ride in the same cab with him, and then she tells the guy that they have the whole place to themselves, and he tells them exactly which floor that they're on, and it's like, come on, why would you do that? You try to get kidnapped? You're basically setting yourself up for disaster. But it's not to make her character stupid, as I said. It's to make a message for what people should never do. Because this movie this movie was made 12 years ago, and it's still amazing today. I loved every bit of it. Now, I will admit the Paris landscape and the cinematography work really well. There is a bit of shaky cam during some action scenes, but you can't always tell what's going on. And I do love how Liam Neeson is always willing to kick ass and fight everybody that he can and kill whoever he can just to find his daughter. And you totally buy everything that he does. Because this movie is a huge message as to what would happen if you give people the wrong message, and what lengths a man will do to find someone that he loves. Now, guys, Taken is my favorite Liam Neeson movie ever made, and I highly recommend that anybody who watches it see it, and I recommend everybody who sees it does a review on it, which is why I'm going to give Taken an A+. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other movies you guys want me to review later on. I'm always open to it. So guys, please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.